Despite everything, many people still think that Earth is not a ball, but it's actually a disk with approximately the same diameter, or even not a disk, but flat infinite plane, or square, or rectangle, triangle, or any kind of shape, but it's flat, single side, but it's wrong. Earth is a big ball, and Earth is not flat. It only looks flat to the eyes from ground perspective. If you not count, of course, the rivers, the valleys, and mountains, and so on. But flat earthers are right about one thing: missions, or most of the missions, are indeed fake. So I fake the missions, because missions and manned missions in deep cosmos requires much tougher technologies to do it for you. Much tougher technologies. And recently came to one videos which propose about the shuttles, shuttle missions. But others claim, well, how about the shuttle missions? Well, that's very simple. They fake that as well. But shuttles indeed go to orbit. Simply with nobody inside. And one of the flat earthers, which recently came to his videos, have very good proposals. Very good proposals. But he is wrong about few of the points. And it's actually it's not right. He think that the bolt which connects the shuttle to the external tank is not strong enough it's not tough enough to do the job. But it is. That's why today's episode will be called Best Bolt. First point is speed of the shuttle. Doesn't matter how fast the shuttle is moving, but its acceleration matters. How fast will reach the speed, because you can move slowly accelerating any kind of subject, and you can literally can hold to your car using only one of your fingers, just one. But if your legs are suspended to your car, let's say you're on top of your car, if you hold only with your finger, right, and your car is moving, you're not gonna be able to hold only with your finger. But if your legs very much tough, suspended to your car, then your finger will be only to grab yourself to the car, to hook yourself to the car. So basically, most of the load is not on the bolt. It's simply not on the bolt. That's a very good video. I have very good points in it. So it's called STS-135 Hoax Problems by Curious Droids. It's correct about many things, but for that point particularly it's not. We should say did fake. Absolutely fake.
You can run on for a long time. Run on. You gotta cut you down.
No. Notice the joint. Notice the joint here. The lot is actually not on the joint. And boosters and tank. The boosters and tanks doesn't have no stress on that bolt, because the shuttle is not pulling the tanks. The tanks are pulling the shuttle. Right. It's not the same if you pull your car with only your finger, or your car pulls you. It's not the same. So basically only the weight of the shuttle is counted. We don't care about that weight, because the shuttle not move the tanks move the shuttle. That's one of the points, but so at this stage the load on that boat is virtually insignificant, because most of the weight is down and it's suspended from below. Where was the point?
Go tell that long-tongued liar. Go and tell that midnight rider. Tell the rambler, the gambler, the backbiter. Tell him that God's gonna cut you down.
Its value is beyond estimation.
That's fascinating.
Now came the interesting after the Russian songs. Here we have a little bit closer walk to the boat. Now, the space shuttle weighs, but that's in pounds, but it doesn't matter. I have converted the 1.1 million pounds of fuel, but that actually is few thousand tons if you convert it to tons. But it doesn't matter how much is that. The only thing which matters is how weight the space shuttle. And it weighs just that. Because the boosters and tanks move the shuttle, and not the shuttle move the boosters. It's the other way around. So actually the only weight that we're gonna count is the weight of the shuttle. The rest simply doesn't matter. Because the shuttle is not moving the boosters. The boosters are moving the shuttle. So let's continue to the next points. Now, pay attention. Stress at 15,000 miles per hour. That's one tough bolt. But actually, it doesn't matter how fast you're moving. It matters what's your acceleration. And on that boat, right on that moment, the stress is very well. Because, again, shuttle not moving the tankers and the boosters, but tankers and boosters move the shuttle. So the only weight you're gonna count is the shuttle weight. And shuttle is not suspended only on that boat. It's not only on that boat. Actually, that boat is... Now we're gonna get a closer look. Now. Stress, we don't have stress on that boat. Because you do not have relative speed between the boosters and the shuttle. They are moving together. You do not have correct. The shuttle is not suspended only on that boat. It's actually, this boat is only for separation purposes. But the 99.99999% of the load of the shuttle is taken down by that joint and not by that boat. Actually, the shuttle get into that slot here. And it's suspended from the bottom. The shuttle step on that slot and it's connected to the tankers on that slot. Stress came at that point, not here. If there is any stress, it will be here. But here that's much larger, and entire shuttle is getting in onto that slot. So boosters and tanks have absolutely no stress on that boat. Zero. And side boosters are not connected to the shuttle. They are connected to the external tank. So when you disconnect, you simply remove dead weight. You do not cause more load on the boat. And even you cause a less load on the boat, if there's any at that particular moment. Because 99.49% of the load is taken by that joint here, not by that. But even if entire load is taken by one boat, that's not that much of a problem, because it's just like the trains. For example, the India's longest train has 84 wagons behind the locomotive, and the locomotive must pull all the 84 wagons, which are much more than the shuttle. And all that is taken by that joint here, with a very simple bolt. When you pull something, pull something. Then you have load. Here, you do not have load. Most of the load is taken by that joint down. It's actually not a joint exactly, but it's a swapped entire shuttle. Their backside of the shuttle get into that slot here. So that reduced even more any kind of stress here. It's virtually insignificant. So let's continue. Pay attention here. The separation. Now into the orbit. Yes, but what happened here? Now, if you notice, I don't know here how that much looks, but here, in that tank. Now here you can see it much more clearly. Notice here that shutter is connected here, not only here. Basically you cannot connect the shutter only on that point, no matter how much you want it, because it's too long, gonna dangle. Cannot suspend that pencil only on one point, because if you do that, it's gonna be dangle all over the place, gonna be moving. So I have to suspend it at least on 2 places. Here's the second place. And see how large is the frame, the slot which is connected the shutter into it. That's why you have just a wee bit of stress at 80,000 miles per hour. Actually, almost no stress at all, because all stress is taken from that to that point, if there's any stress. Booster separation stress, no problem for both. There is firstly there is no stress at all, and definitely, even if there's stress, it's not on the boat. At that point there is no stress at all, because boosters are connected to the tanker, not to the shuttle, and the tanker is connected to the shuttle. So you basically release weight from the tanker. It's almost like release ballast weight. You don't have stress, you have the opposite of stress. You have releasing weight. You do not put more weight, you release weight. So you have no stress, and definitely no problem to that boat.
To do something.
Now you can see on that 6.35, you can see that extremely clearly here, the joints and the bolt. If there's any kind of stress, it will be taking 99.49% on that platform, not on that boat. At the point of releasing the bolt and the shuttle going that direction, it automatically disconnects itself from that slot, because I don't know how to explain it in English, but if see how shuttle is inside the slot, that slot, when you release from here, it disconnects from here as well. Basically that is disconnecting bolt. not a lot boat. And you can see the connection slot here below. Over here it's not quite visible. Here's the platform. And here's where's get into that platform. Not on that boat only. Another thing is, no matter how you gonna think it, but that is 100% real. Shuttles go for real. It's not fake. But what it is fake is the people inside. Shuttle go to orbit, but with nobody inside. That's the problem. And you can see all that separation here. That's the slot. On the bottom side. 1, 2, 3, 4 holes. That connects to that platform here. Actually, that's gonna take the damage. Take entire load, almost entire. And on that joint, there is almost no load. So most of the load is taken down from that slot. So it's very good design. It's not that bad. But unfortunately, cannot support. You cannot have good life support on the shuttles. That's why they fake the missions. The shuttle go into the orbit. And as you can clearly see it, the launch, where is the launch? Here. As you can see it, it actually goes. It's a real physical object, it's not projection, it's not any kind of that. And it goes, it actually launches. And if there's problem with that boat, as you may think, then it's simply gonna be disconnected here. If only on that boat is the load. It will dangle, it will break, it will tear apart the joint. Obviously it doesn't. So obviously it's a real physical object which looks like a rocket and goes up. So that part is not fake. And actually indeed goes into the orbit. But with nobody inside. And where's the people inside? People inside are in the studio. Actually, they are into the studio. That's correct. And if you compare the submarines versus the shuttle, you will notice that shuttle doesn't have generators, doesn't have power. That's why cannot support life inside. And they're gonna fake that. Basically, almost all the crafts cannot have good life support. That's a real problem. And the reason why they fake the missions, of course, there are other reasons, like take the money. But that's one of the most bigger reasons from technical point of view. That's it. Missions are indeed fake. But the shuttles indeed go to the orbit. Simply with nobody inside. Because they don't have enough power to power the systems needed to have a good life support. Not good enough conditions for humans inside. That's it. It's not dirty spot or something like that. Reason is life support and other kind of problems. And you can see it immediately become instant clear when you compare to the submarines versus the cosmic problems. Simply Not enough power. Another technical